never quite fulfilled their, I mean, what is that?
Hi, I'm Sam Choo. I'm one of the producers and the on-air director for MPR News with Kerri Miller. It is 7:49 right now. I've been here since 6:30 putting things together. If I didn't have my morning coffee, and that's a full 20 ounces, then I don't think I'd make it through the day. I am the guy who actually manages the rundown and gives the directions in the control room with our engineer. This is Marcheta Fornoff. She's one of the other producers here. She'll grab a lot of the audio that we use from BBC.
I'm pulling audio, so if something were to happen on air and we need to be able to transition to something quickly, that we have audio in the can and ready to go.
This is Maddy Mahon, and she's another producer here, and she is, I mean, we all...
What are you going to say about me?
Maddy's fantastic.
I feel like it's a really hard thing to describe what exactly a producer does because it's kind of everything. It's all of the behind the scenes work. I mean, the main thing I guess is story generation, right? So coming up with ideas for shows that we want to do.
I just wanted to make sure we're still all set for our conversation in about half an hour here.
Marcheta ends up doing more
Okay,
of like the
perfect,
little
no.
day-to-day in the morning. I'm usually looking further out.
My day starts by waking up and wondering if anything big happened overnight, because if it did, we're going to need to change up the show.
You mean the leads from the rundown?
It's this team of producers constantly pitching ideas to me pitching ideas back to them. Yeah, the woman that wrote it, us deciding week to week what will fit, where the audience fits in, and then us kind of narrowing, and then constantly reassessing about where we're at, whether we've grabbed on to the issues that people are talking about.
Oh yeah, we've got a fantastic team. It takes a lot of people to get our broadcast on the air.
Okay. Beautiful. Thanks.
And Kerri.
Good morning, I'm Kerri Miller. This is MPR News.
There's a huge reliance on Kerri to make everything sound smooth, and she relies on me to make everything work in the control room.
She's got 3 screens in front of her. She's got to be thinking about what's coming next. But she also is able to fully engage in the conversation at hand.
At the moment, we have full phone lines on this, and the producers are screening the calls in the control room, and then what people want to say comes up here. So I watch that, I watch my Twitter feed, and I watch how are the callers responding on that phone.
NPR News with Kerri Miller.
The callers really make or break a show.
Hey Reese, thanks so much for waiting. What did you want to say? Sure, I can sit there and interview somebody for 45 minutes, but it's the exchange of ideas. It's the rush of having somebody call with just the right idea that takes the conversation in a whole different place, and it happens all the time.
Hey, thanks for holding. Can I have your first name and where you're calling from?
Leaf says my job was a tool for my
Stephanie Curtis is our social media editor, and it's her job to watch the conversation that's going on online around our show.
I think everything we've been talking about.
Now, there are so many other ways for the audience to connect with us. Stephanie's a great voice to have in the studio.
The producers hand me a file, and I go through and read all the background.
I think that Kerri has really taught me the value of over-preparation. I make a file this big for a show, right? She's got tons of articles from all over the place.
It's all about preparation. I mean, the rest of the day, besides those 2 hours that I'm on the air, it's all about preparing for the next day. I could not go into a 45-minute conversation unprepared. If I'm not ready, the guest knows, and the guests always know. It's the thing you have to do. Do I read every page of every book? Yes, because it's the safety net. They had these expectations, and if I'm not really familiar, that interview is going to die right there. I'll have no idea what he's talking about. You can't fake it. The idea of faking it makes my stomach churn, so no faking it.
She reads most of the books, like from cover to cover, for the authors that we have on air, and just that alone would be enough to kill most hosts. It's ridiculous.
What we do after the show is debrief.
I was surprised that the job show did not take off.
We kind of take everybody's measure. We decide whether we thought it was good or not.
Who called in first? Like,
Right.
we're not giving away a prize.
See, this is why this is good to be doing what we're doing behind the scenes, because what isn't usually understood is first come, first serve on the phones. No. You know, it's the balance, it's the mix.
Some of the fun facts, I guess, would be we all like to snack,
What do you guys think about we could do with the chips?
and we bring in weird snack foods that are truly strange.
What I love is this team that we have assembled to get the show on the air every day.
Is it fun? It's a lot of fun. It's wonderful. It's the best job I've ever had.